Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining the SPS Commerce full service EDI solution for Spire here today. We're super excited to be part of this event and excited to talk about our partnership with Spire, the solution that we've developed together over the last few years, and happy to answer any questions you might have as well. So quick introduction, my name is Ellen Tonkin. I am a manager on our channel partnerships team here at SPS. You have my contact information there, so feel free to reach out directly at any time if you ever need anything or have any questions regarding SPS or EDI solution with Spire. I've been at SPS for over 8 years now. Time has really flown. I've had a few different roles here at the organization, starting more on our supplier team, helping different suppliers and brands connect and get into big box retailers. And then moved over into partnerships about 3 years ago. I also headed up our channel partnership team over in our APAC region and was based in Sydney, Australia for quite a few years, but super excited to be back here now at our headquarters in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So quick slide here on SPS Commerce and who we are and where we come from. So we really pride ourselves on being supply chain experts and helping our customers connect and automate in the most efficient way possible so that they can really focus on doing what they do best, which is growing their business. So we've been doing this for over 20 years, really across the retail, grocery, and distribution space. We have over 2,500 employees globally. You can see here on the map, those are offices across North America. We have offices in Europe, Asia, and of course, down there in the bottom in Melbourne and Sydney, Australia. We are a publicly listed company, so feel free to look us up on the NASDAQ. We went public in 2010. We have over 89 consecutive quarters of growth, which we're really proud of, hoping to announce our 90th here soon. But just want to highlight that, just, give you the confidence that SPS isn't going anywhere and we're continually investing and growing in our people and our technology. So the customers and businesses that we primarily serve are those that create products. So thinking about, retailers ordering from, all of their different brands, and then all of those suppliers who have products who are trying to get into those big box retailers or e-commerce or different marketplaces. And then as well, we have an SPS solution for logistics providers. So oftentimes, suppliers and retailers outsource their warehousing, as space is expensive, and there are companies that have expertise in that. So that's kind of the space that we're in there. But wanted to just take a quick step back and just talk about what is EDI before I get too ahead of myself here. So EDI stands for Electronic Data Interchange. So it's essentially an electronic way of exchanging information. So the 4 main EDI documents that we see in the retail space is a retailer sending an outbound purchase order document to their brand or to those vendors. And then those vendors sending back some return information like a purchase order acknowledgement, an advanced shipment notice, which lets the retailer know what's being shipped and when. And then lastly, that electronic invoice. So the retailer's real challenge, kind of before a lot of them have moved to EDI or tried to standardize their order process, is that they were just sending information, sending purchase orders however their suppliers wanted to. And that back in the day really was via an email or maybe a fax. I think there's still some retailers sending faxes today. Or, some retailers might have been a little bit more advanced and they were sending some EDI documents or maybe like a flat file. A lot of times though, they were just calling their different brands and vendors and ordering from them that way. But as you can see here, as a retailer grows and tries to expand their SKUs and their products, and they start to have hundreds and thousands of different suppliers and vendors that they're ordering from, it can be a real challenge if they are ordering in a variety of different ways. And to top that off, today, it's not only retailers ordering from a big box store, there's multiple sales channels now that they need to keep up with consumer demand. So they might not only have their big box store, but they have their website, they might be on a marketplace, they might be sending orders where the supplier is fulfilling and shipping directly to the consumer on their behalf, or maybe to the DC. And it's just really hard and complex to try and keep up with consumer demand and trying to keep track of all of your orders and who to invoice and when. But when EDI is done correctly, it actually makes everyone's lives so much easier and simpler. It can save our customers so much time, money, and resources because it allows them to have a standardized process of connecting to their vendor community and mandating that single connection out to their supplier community and receiving those return documents back. So we really want to reduce that manual entry because humans, we make mistakes, there can be errors there. And if they can speed up that order process, really, then they should be able to do more business together and get paid quicker on the supplier side and really allow them, again, to focus on other areas of their business rather than the order to cash process and these stacks of paper that's super manual to go through and try and pay their vendors. So I thought I'd just quickly walk through what this future goal state of a great EDI solution running automatically between a retailer and a supplier. So you can see here the retailer, the buying organization, sends that purchase order to their supplier there on the right-hand side. The supplier then sends a purchase order acknowledgement back to the retailer saying, yep, I got your order, looked great, I will be shipping in full, happy days. Then from there, the retailer said, oh, actually, I need to make a change to that purchase order. So there's a PO change, which is an 860 document, which some retailers require, not all of them, but they might want to make a change or an update to that initial purchase order that they've sent through. So then once the supplier receives that, they'll then pick and pack and send an advanced shipment notice back to the retailer. So that enables them to understand what's being shipped and when, so that when that arrives in their DC, they have that SSCC label or UCC 128 label on the outside carton or pallet, and they scan that and they know all the contents of that shipment. There they go, scanning that barcode. And then lastly, the supplier sends an electronic invoice back to the retailer to then obviously ask for payments for the goods that have been shipped. So that again is the future state, that's the goal. Those are the 4 core documents that we see mainly in EDI, but we find that our customers really kind of go through a journey of different requirements in their business as they grow. So let's just talk on the far left-hand side. Let's say one of your customers, or you get into your first EDI retailer and they're asking you to do EDI and you're not really sure, but they're like, you need to get set up and be compliant with us within 3 weeks. So actually what we have at SPS is 2 different solutions that we can offer our customers. So this first one that I'm showing here is our fulfillment platform. So this is a standalone web-based solution. All you need is an internet connection, and you can be 100% EDI compliant with all those 4 main document types that I just talked about. We can get this set up within 5 to 7 business days. So you don't have to have need to have a big investment in EDI, or it's going to be really time consuming. We can get you set up really quickly and exchanging purchase orders and return documents with your retailer. However, as maybe you get into more retailers, or maybe this one retailer is 80% of your business and you're getting a ton of orders from them, and you might want to look at automating that. So as you get into different retailers, as I said, EDI is a standard, but every retailer likes to do it in their own way. So it can be difficult to track all of the different requirements for each trading partner. And if you are using like a web-based portal or, different retailer portals, like Amazon has their own portal, Walmart has a portal. So it can be really time consuming if it's not done in an automated way. And really, as you just get into that supply chain complications, maybe you're implementing Spire and it's a big mess of all your different orders via EDI and different solutions. Really, what we see is that if our customers, try and do this on their own, or maybe use a bit of a managed service where they buy some technology, but it's not really set up in a standardized way, it can look a bit of like a web like this, which can get super complicated because this trading partner 1 might connect via an FTP, maybe trading partner 2 wants to connect via an API connection. Number 3, maybe they're still sending faxes. And if everyone does it differently, it can be really hard to manage on your own. So SPS, our goal really is to just simplify, standardize, and streamline that process in our partnership with Spire. So we have a pre-built solution that plugs directly from SPS to Spire. We connect one time and we mitigate all that risk and everything on the left-hand side. We do all of that retailer mapping, translation, standardization, connectivity, however that retailer wants to connect. And once we get that set up, so we have those automated purchase orders coming in, being able to send back those invoices automatically directly out of Spire. It really streamlines that process and again allows our customers to not have to worry about all the nuances of EDI and enables them to focus again on their business and growing their business. So what SPS as a full service EDI solution does is all the heavy lifting, and there's actually 7 different components that we cover through our full service solution. So not only are we providing you with the technology, but we're also providing you with that trading partner expertise. So SPS has over 3,500 different retailer connections pre-built in our network. So we know their EDI departments. We have thousands of connections going through different retailers. And so we're going to know their EDI team very, very well. And if the retailer ever makes any changes or updates, SPS is going to be the first EDI partner to know because we have so many connections going through our network. We're also going to design and configure that solution for you so that, we set it up for your industry because we want it to scale. So we'll go through a design phase, business rules. We'll set up that cross-referencing so that once we get the first trading partner set up and live, all we have to do is the testing and launch moving forward for each and every retailer that you might add and want to automate in the future. And then obviously, once we get that set up with the trading partner communication and testing, then we go into that proactive monitoring and analysis. So we don't just get you live and see you later. We actually have a team of ongoing resource access, so full service 24/7 support. You'll have a dedicated customer success manager, and we're always making sure that your solution is running smoothly and there aren't any errors, and you're always receiving your orders. So everyone else we've seen kind of in the market that does EDI, they might be like, yes, we can do EDI, and they provide you that technology. Maybe they'll get it set up a little bit, but they won't have, that trading partner expertise or, go through the testing on your behalf. Maybe they'll have a support team, not sure if it's going to be onshore or not. So really we find that, it's more of that managed service, not a full service solution. So it's really good to definitely, if you are looking into different options, to ask if they're going to be doing all 7 components that we really see a full service EDI solution should be providing their business. Because if EDI isn't done correctly, it actually can lead to really serious business issues. So we talk to some customers, they move over to SPS because they might have a huge backlog of retailers. They just don't have the resources or not getting the support from their EDI partner there to get them set up, because again, every retailer is different. So it can be really slow to onboard, which means they're not getting orders. Maybe they rush to get them set up quickly and it's not an accurate solution. So some retailers are really strict and they send back chargebacks, which can be thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars we've seen. It can just take longer, and unexpected costs come up, and you might have to hire someone internally to try and help with this EDI solution. So really it's if you don't have that full service solution there, EDI can be super complex and lead to some serious business issues. And the reason why SPS, apart from being a full service EDI solution, how we really differentiate ourselves is through our network. We're known as the world's retail network because we have over 1 million pre-built connections across 3,500 trading partners, as I mentioned, in that retail, distribution, grocery, manufacturing space. We also have over 1,000 3PLs built out in our network. So again, if you're utilizing a third-party warehouse for your warehousing and picking and packing, there's some key EDI documents that you need to share with them, like that order that you've gotten from your retailer, so that they know what to pick and pack, and then they need to send back that shipment information back into your system so that you can send that compliant ASN over to your retailer. So we have all those connections already pre-built as well. We work really closely with over 400 different system partner relationships, obviously Spire included there. And of course, we're security certified. So if you ever, have any questions on that, we have all the security compliance that is required with your data. So coming here to the end, just wanted to recap again that SPS Commerce and our solution with Spire really is industry leading, full service EDI solution that's going to provide, not only the technology and the tools, but the people and expertise. We've been doing this for over 20 years, supporting all the different channels that you might need, sales channels in your business. We have, again, that team that will insulate you from all the nuances of EDI and the testing and the accreditation process there, and just the proven ongoing process. So, we have, again, that support. We're going to be with you every step of the way. We're here for you, and just want to make sure that when you do EDI, it's a positive thing for your business, because it's going to be streamlined, automated, and quick to get set up. So I know I went through a lot today. Hopefully, maybe you know a little bit more about EDI now. Don't think you need to be the experts. That's why we're here for you. So please don't hesitate to reach out. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer any questions. Ensure that my details are sent over, and we'll be around as a part of this week, this virtual event. And thank you so much for your time.